Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Stick and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game. Exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
1. And this has to be my favorite celebration show. Even though, Lions went on the road and beat the Chiefs game 1, Patrick Mahomes, they did their thing there. Even though the Lions are 7-2, we've been able to do this 7 times already this season. The 8th just feels so much better. You know why? Because they earned it. It's different. The Lions had to go and take the victory. Wow. They had to play their worst game all season. Wow. And bounce back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Justin Fields came out there and did his little fucking Michael Jackson dance. And guess what happened after that? 15 straight Lions points in less than 3 minutes. Woo! Aiden Hutchinson showing up big when it was time for a true player to show up. Strip sack on the Ohio State guy was at Michigan, beating the shit out of Ohio State to end the game today. A precursor of what we're going to see next. So much good stuff to talk about, man. The only bad thing I'm going to mention this entire show is the Pussy Lions fans. And I mean the kitty, pussy, like that. Pussycat.
They were upset. The chat was upset.
The guys who left early. The guys who didn't believe. The guys who tell me all season long, Dan Campbell's my guy. I trusted Brad Holmes. Let Brad cook. Jared Goff. But then when it comes time to put your nuts on the table and show you got some faith in this team, where'd you go?
No.
Where'd you go? But it doesn't matter. You're back now on the bandwagon. Welcome to the Lions postgame show. My name is Stick. That is Mr. Tom Mazaway, who is witnessing something that has not happened since his birth.
1962, guys, the first time the Lions have been 8-2 since the day I was born.
You see that, man? He's been through it all.
Look at me.
Look at him.
He's even got a Long Island with him over there.
How about that, huh?
Celebration.
And of course, we had Anson, who was just sitting there plotting this SOL talk.
Was I dreading this show? I was dreading this show.
No, wait a second, gentlemen.
8 minutes ago.
I walk into this place, and it's like somebody had lit a bag of shit and set it on the doorstep. Thank God Easy wasn't here, because I thought he would have lost his brain. I thought I was going to come into some real bedlam. And you guys were all down. You guys all turned to me, thought this was going to be my moment. I did not want this to be me going, man, Lion's going to Lion. Instead, it was Bears going to Bear.
Yeah, same old Bears, the SOBs.
Actually, can I say? This is the new Lions. They lioned. They won a game that they probably shouldn't have had any business.
Anson called them the lie downs with about 4 minutes left. Don't think I forgot about that.
There was like 9 minutes left, all right?
We talked to Spencer Raxter.
Oh,
Spencer Raxter, who I was getting pissed. The energy you were bringing, man, it was down.
We were worried about you, bro.
It was put your 4 fingers up. I don't do that shit.
Yeah, I don't do that. I think it's stupid. But I was broken.
How you feeling right now,
I feel
man?
fucking great.
Of everybody, I want to hear your analysis of what happened these last 4 minutes of the game.
The people that needed to step up, stepped up, grabbed their dicks. Jared Goff, legacy drive. Went down there, made the money, got the touchdown, got that 2-point conversion. Beautiful. Aiden Hutchinson hasn't had a sack in a month and a half. Goes out there, seals the game, strip sack, safety. I love it. Brand new Lions, man. This is amazing.
My man Kool-Aid, you were downtown early for the pregame show and everything going on at Eastern Market. You said this game, the intensity of the fans and like the buzz was bigger downtown than any game we've had so far this season, right?
Yeah, it was on fire, man. The fans were amped up for this one. There were Bears fans down there too, but Lions fans was making sure to drown them out the entire tailgate. That could sense that there was a win coming. And you know what? Those weak fans weren't down there.
Yeah, no. And you could, I just hate those fans so much, man. Because this is what I was telling you guys, like in the middle of the fourth quarter, I'm like, this is fun. And everyone's like, this isn't fucking fun. I'm like, this is fun, man.
Let me say.
You want to watch your guys climb the mountain.
You were great today. You were the only one of us that basically said, hey, relax, guys. We're gonna relax. And then when you didn't think they were gonna win, you still said, it's one game, don't worry about it. It's a bad game. You throw it out. We got a short week. The Packers are coming in. By the way, Packers beat the Chargers. So they're coming in on a little bit of a win streak. We'll see what we can do against Jordan Love on Thanksgiving Day for the 84th time. We're playing in 4 days, guys.
Ford Field's going to positively melt down next
I'm
Thursday.
so happy to be there.
How many flags did they draw on the offense today? I mean, they got the Bears in a lot of bad spots just with that noise. That place, I'm not going to be there for obvious reasons. We're going to be here doing the watch party and the post game.
I'll call in from there.
If there's a game I could be at, call in. Put it on speakerphone. I want to hear that raucous crowd.
It's going to be great, man. But this is the best win of the year.
Yeah.
I'm putting it right now. This was the best game, the best win of the year. You're down 2 scores with 4 minutes to go in the damn game. 4 minutes to go. And we all said it. Hey, if we could score here before the 2-minute warning, but you never know what's going to happen. And you said it. They're going to hit J-Mo. Freaking Jamison Williams. First touchdown.
Second.
What?
Second this season. Yeah.
He had a touchdown?
Yeah, he had one earlier this season.
They called it back.
No, he had one earlier. They called one back against the Chargers.
2 great touchdowns. There you go.
There you
Fuck
go.
it. It's even better now.
He had one where he had to fight back and get the ball on the right side of the end
I'm
zone.
so happy right now because I love that kid. And then to see Montgomery scored a game winner and Hutchinson strip sack at the end, knocked the Bear offensive lineman on his ass, kicked the ball out of bounds, and then punted it into the stands for the 2-point win. 31 points again. Lions, 30 points again. Every freaking week. Except against the Ravens.
Let's focus on J-Mo for a second because that J-Mo play was not only big for J-Mo, it was big for the Lions. That was the turning point. And not even just getting points on the board. Like, that's the logical thing. You're right. They scored a touchdown. They got within a touchdown. Of course, it was a big play. Yes, it's big in that aspect. But from there, having J-Mo as a threat to beat their defenders deep every time, what happened after that? Just checkdowns for the next 3 fucking minutes because the safeties have to play back. You got to respect J-Mo. And they even took another shot at J-Mo. Wasn't complete right before the 2-minute warning. He turned the wrong way, whatever, but still, you're putting that fear of God in those strong safeties and free safeties to now they can't creep down in the box. The lid is blown off the defense. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be able to run free. Laporta at the very end just became Laporta again. Didn't see a catch till what? Halfway through the 4th quarter.
Then he gets the 2-pointer.
He gets the 2. Just so many good things. The Lions had 4 turnovers. And they only gave up 23 points.
Beautiful.
Just to add a little more to the J-Mo conversation, mistakes and drops aside, this guy's big plays come at big moments. This is probably the 3rd big play at a very crucial moment in a game that was on the line that this kid stepped up. And there's the obvious, what is this guy doing to defensive coordinators the night before a game? They have to scheme for him, whether he's getting 7 looks or not. And today he came through when they needed him to. I mean, I want that to be the segue to Jared Goff, though. Can we talk about this guy?
Yeah,
please do.
In what light? First, before I agree.
The way he came back.
We're going back and forth. Should we extend this guy? We've been talking about it ad nauseum all year long, and I'm sure that there was a bunch of guys in the chat as well. Easy at home, like I told you so. But
Easy was doing the MVP in the chat. We see it.
So what did he do at the end of the first half? Put this team on his back.
Yep.
2-minute drill, touchdown, and then this guy with 6 minutes left, he goes down the length of the field 2 times. You can talk about this being the number 1 offense. You can talk about his completion percentage, where he ranks and all these things, his ability to lead this team. But what everyone is overlooking, because it's really just happened in bunches in a short amount of time, but this kid's one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
You can't pay for that. You cannot replace the clutch factor.
So
we saw it on display.
Jared Goff for you?
He's already been in cement shoes all season for me, man. Cast that boy. Put him in carbonite. Let's go.
Spence, can you throw that up in the chat?
So good.
As a question in the chat. But Spence, how you feeling about Jared Goff? Because you and your co-host, known Jared Goff hater.
Truthers.
I'm not calling. Well, I was gonna say.
Truthers.
I was gonna say I'm not calling you a hater. But since you want to include yourself with Easy, then yeah, you a hater too now. But there you go. How you feeling about Jared Goff? Horrible early game, but you put the ball in his hand with 4 minutes, down 2 scores. And I got to admit, I would rather had Jared Goff in that instance than Justin Fields.
Yeah, I would too. And I'll tell you what, I was mad. I RIP'd my Jared Goff hate a couple weeks ago, but it started bubbling back up after those interceptions. But he went out there when he had to, won the game, made all the throws, didn't let those interceptions hang on him. The man went out there and he had a hell of a drive, and he got the Lions in the end zone. He won the game for him. What else can you ask for?
Hey, as bad as he played early, he's having his best year as a pro this year. The confidence that he has, and again, Hanson, you hit it on the head. Took him down the field, end of the first quarter, end of the first half. Then they get the ball in the third quarter, and, well, they're driving, right? And then he takes a bad sack at midfield. I didn't like the play call, by the way. It was like 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. They're in a shotgun. He gets sacked on a guy that didn't block. But, again, they have got to clean up that third quarter crap, because you cannot do that and win and continue to win, because now you score at the end of the half, you get the ball back. That's the Tom Brady special. That's the 9-minute special, he calls it.
The 1-and-1.
You score at the end of the first, you score at the beginning of the second half. They haven't gotten that right yet. Besides that, he scores at the end of the first, and then he puts 2 great drives together to win the game. Phenomenal job, Goff. Phenomenal job.
Another cool
game ball.
Game ball to Goff?
Game ball.
After
I don't care about the 3 timeouts. I don't care about it.
Well, I mean,
I'm not giving him the game ball.
Let's talk about those interceptions.
You won the game.
Let's talk about those interceptions, though. The very first one, it really should have been a pass interference, or I think the ball was in the air.
Illegal contact at minimum.
Sure. The third was a tip pass. Obviously, he could have put it outside of that guy's reach, but 2 of those 3 really, those could have gone easily as a completion instead of what they turned out to be. The biggest thing for me here, and you guys talked about the SOL thing, it felt like it early on in this game, and as we look in hindsight, to me, this is a big sign of putting SOL to rest. Being able to commit 4 turnovers, be down by 2 scores, and to have the mental fortitude and the will to not shut down like Lions teams would have in the past, but to stay in it, to will yourself to a victory. These are signs that we need to continue to see. But again, like Matt said, a prescription to losing in the playoffs is being present for 3 or 4 quarters.
Correct.
And so we're learning lessons every game, learning how to beat mobile quarterbacks like we did today, learning how to overcome a big deficit and winning like we did today.
This was the team you could play your bad game against.
You said that earlier.
And that's what I said. That's what I said.
Play your worst game, and you still have a shot.
Well, right. If you do this against a good team, you're going to get blown out. Baltimore.
Well,
right.
three games with 3 or more turnovers. Vegas was the other. We got very lucky there, and then Seattle. That's why we lost.
Yeah, another thing I'd like to point out that I thought was really cool today that I think we just saw the tip of the iceberg is Montgomery and Gibbs sharing the backfield at the same time.
I love
the tempo.
The little wildcat thing that they came up with too when Montgomery was taking the snap.
Terrific.
That's only one play that I'm sure is 75 plays that you can run off that formation that Ben Johnson's going to do. Kool-Aid, you said we got the lines packed?
Man, they are packed. They are packed.
You want to get to some phone calls,
Let's go.
guys?
Put it up there. 313-552-6322. They're jammed. Talk to Kool-Aid. What do you got there, Brandon?
Hey, our first caller is Bigums from Traverse City.
Yeah, Bigums.
All right.
Hey, hold on. Before you put Bigums on, if he comes at you with any type of weird stuff besides Lions, just hang up on him.
There you go. Be ready.
Love you, Bigums.
Stick, how you play me like that? First off, I want to remind you, my first call, what I say, board shorts, bro, Matt Stafford. He could have never done what Jared Goff did today. And trust me, there was plenty of games Stafford threw 3 interceptions and he never came back. But Jared Goff is a cold-blooded man. He is always there at the end when we need him. Amon-Ra, he is the most reliable wide receiver in the NFL. You throw the ball to him on 3rd down when he's about to get sandwiched by 2 receivers, he's still going to catch it. Big shout out to the 12th man with 3 minutes left when we were down 1 score who brought the noise. But you know what? I ran the simulations this week. We've got a secret weapon to win the NFC Championship, and that's the 13th man. And the 13th man is the Michigan Wolverines winning the national championship on January 8th and injecting the adrenaline into the Detroit Lions for that playoff sweep.
I believe
that's what we need.
I love that.
No other team in the NFC can do that, can have their hometown team win the Natty and then boost us into the playoffs with that extra energy and set the example that this town deserves more, this town deserves championships. The Lions just showed that today. Everybody came together, even though it was difficult. Everyone felt like shit. It was getting quiet, but nobody, the Bears, they pulled their left tackle, whatever his name was, I can't remember. You saw him crying like a baby. Not a single Detroit Lions had his head down. They're all Dan Campbell boys. Nobody had their head down when we were down 2 scores. Everybody kept their head up. We don't need any assholes because in my life experience, the strongest man in the room is often the quietest man in the room and the gentlest man in the room. We've got the strongest man in the NFL, and that's Dan Campbell.
Amen.
Nobody stopped believing. Everybody believed. We've got soldiers. We're ready for war. We're going to win this year, boys.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it with the help of the Michigan Wolverines winning the national championship. We're talking, has any state ever done that? Has any state ever won a national championship and a Super Bowl in the same month span?
I'm sure we'd have to look back, but I'm sure they did.
If Maz doesn't know, I don't think it's happening.
It'll take me a couple of minutes, but I will come up with the answer.
But I think he brings up a great point, which Bigham's ultimately
By the way, that's his
usually
best
does.
call ever.
Best call ever?
Best
no,
call
I like
ever.
when he attacks Anson.
No,
that's my favorite call.
that's his
Hey,
best
him
call
and I
ever,
are Twitter buddies now, so
Are you?
yeah.
Oh, how'd you guys find each other on Twitter, you weirdos?
We were meant for each other, okay?
All right. Well, you guys do that. No, one thing that he brought up, and during our watch party, that's one thing I said, man, there's just some guys you want to be in a foxhole with, and there's other guys you don't. The guys that are running around their chickens with their heads cut off when things aren't going their way or panicking under pressure, those are the guys you don't want to be in a foxhole with. What the Lions team showed me today is every single one of those guys is Dan Campbell blood. That's what they are.
Call.
They didn't panic. They didn't lose intensity. They didn't lose hope. They didn't hang their heads. They just came back out and kept punching you in the mouth. And then we saw, what did we see? We saw the Bears concede because they got the ball back and they could have put the game away. And what'd they do? They ran the ball 3 times up the middle.
The Eberflus rules.
Yeah.
The culture runs deep right now. This is a head-hanging game. Like he mentioned, that we did not do that today. Like they just kept their mouth shut and plugged away, stayed in it the entire time. I'm reading in the chat here, what a sloppy game. No one should be talking shit after the struggling at home with the 3-win Bears. This was a mess that we deserved to lose.
Oh, please.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
Right.
And this is the mark of a great team because it's the NFL. You have bad weeks. But there's a bad week against Lamar Jackson where you don't stay in it and you let things just crumble, and then there's a game like this where you learn from a situation like that and things go bad, they get sloppy, but you win despite it. And you can't be a great playoff team, you can't be a championship team without
adversity.
Successfully learning lessons like
Adversity,
they did today.
man.
Absolutely.
Learning how to win through adversity. This is what we talk about all the time with the championship teams in Detroit. Like back to the 04 Pistons, how they built the team, literally in 2001, 2, and 3, and they went through that adversity.
Larry Brown.
Larry Brown.
Scotty
Even
Bowman.
go back to the bad boys. They had to get through the Celtics.
Chuck Daly.
Yeah, and that's what you need to
Great
do
man
as a
on
team.
the sideline.
It just seems like the Lions are getting a crash course in it, which is awesome because it's learning up. It's speeding up their learning curve. Kool-Aid. Who else we got on the line?
All right, next up is John from Alaska.
My man John's back.
John always gets in, man.
Love it.
Yukon John. What's up, man? You're on Woodward Sports.
Hello?
Hey, John.
Hey, guys. I mean, it didn't start how we liked it, but it ended how we love it. You know what I mean? Another Lions gritty win. It's the theme. It's the theme. A couple of things, you know what I mean? J-Mo just seems to be ascending. I know it's 1 catch or 2 catches and one of them's a touchdown, but he just seems like his play is ascending.
It is.
The 2-minute drill, it's improving. It is literally improving. You're starting to feel like Goff is, you want him to have the ball at the end of the game because we not only have the skill players to execute, but he's got ice in his veins. He's getting that clutch gene. O-line just continues to be dominant, and our rookies, man. Jeez, our rookies.
Branch played a hell of a game.
He sure did.
The defense. The defense picked it up when we had to. Sack, fumble, safety, game. Bam.
Yep.
Like, from our best player on defense, man. Like, that's what you want to see. Now, hopefully they can, just trash can it, and let's go to the Packers. Let's go.
Amen.
wanna
Amen.
be
Thanksgiving
9-2.
week, man. This is when the old 90s Lions started to win. Under Wayne Fonts, it was Thanksgiving
When they
time.
started to kick it into gear.
This is when they kicked it into gear and made the playoffs 6 or 7 times in the 90s. This is the new Lions now. This is the Dan Campbell-led Lions. Brad Holmes, he was on the field. Roger Goodell was there today. Roger Goodell and his band of merry men. What a great way to let Roger Goodell to see the Lions and take it back home and say, hey, let's give these guys some more national games.
Right.
This is a real deal team, and they go into Thanksgiving. Guess what they go on with? They're going with a 6-game losing streak on Thanksgiving. That ends this Thursday against the Packers.
Yeah, that's another one we can put to bed,
That
right?
ends.
Well, wait a second. We got to stop disregarding NFC North teams right now, okay? Because if we did lose this game, we're only a game up, assuming a Vikings win. Right? The Bears with Fields are a formidable team, especially with what we struggle to defend, that being
They're a
mobile
6-win
quarterbacks. Sure, but
That's
they're
what they
still
are.
a dangerous team.
Yeah, they are. They're a
They have
6-win
weapons,
team.
and then you look at again. Green Bay is Green Bay. That's going to be a game that we just can't look past. I'm telling you, there's so many guys that bet +8 on the Lions today, thinking that they were taking home easy money. We got to stop looking past the NFC. The good thing is I don't think that this regime, that locker room is looking past anybody
They're
right
not.
now. I do think
This
it's a
game
win.
they might have, Hanson. They might have.
They might have.
They might have.
They might have. It was a near trap.
Yeah.
For sure.
But people wanting to dog the defense in this game, I honestly didn't think the defense played a horrible game. You look at that
They
first
weren't great,
half,
Stick.
They weren't great, but
They
that
weren't
wasn't horrible by any. You give a team 4 turnovers,
Yeah, I know.
and you only give up as many points as they
get
did.
it.
They
Well,
held to a lot of field
we're
goals.
lucky the
in the
Bears'
first,
offense isn't very good.
but in the first half, the Lions had 2 turnovers, gave up 0 points off those turnovers. The Bears had 1 turnover, gave up 7 points off those turnovers.
Yeah.
So you can say that the defense wasn't great. They didn't put a lot of pressure on Fields, and that's true. I'm not going to debate you on that. But at the end of the day, usually if you give 4 extra possessions to the other team, they're going to outscore you. So I'm not as mad at the defense as everybody else is. I think they gave up a horrible drive on the first drive of the game, got their ass kicked up and down the field. There was the one deep ball that they got beat on.
Yeah.
But other than that, they let up 3 field goals. That's not an awful day.
I liked the defense, to be honest with you. He only dropped back 23 times, Justin Fields. He completed He completed 16 of those. But now you got to also look. We had 8 tackles for loss.
Wait, no. Was it? Did he attempt 26 passes or did he drop back 26 times?
He attempted 23.
Okay, so he dropped back several more times, but those turned into runs.
Exactly. And there was a lot of tackles for loss. We had 8 tackles for loss today. There was a lot of times where we were very close to him, and then it was an RPO. And ultimately, we did get to him 2 different times. We talked last week about finishing these plays, about them getting home, and there so many times we see solid pressure, but them not finishing. This is a guy who's a Houdini back there. Again, I would love to see more than 2, but we got the big sack when we needed to at the end of the game. We got another one in the fourth quarter to force one of those stops. The Lions' defense is why we were in this game.
That's right. That's right. So
Absolutely.
give them credit. Don't say this is a bad, halfway
sure.
through the game it was fire AG, fire AG. Defense held them in the game.
Yeah, they did all right.
You want to speak on Flannel Sam and his JMO takes? Because he seems to be getting a lot of smoke in the chat.
I would like to speak on that. Flannel, where you at, huh? Where you at, Flannel? Because that's J-Mo touchdown. That's J-Mo making plays. When's the last time he dropped the ball? I haven't seen him drop the ball in a while. Let's go, J-Mo! Get right, son! I want it!
Flannel's not going to be able to sleep Saturday night.
Freddie Felt on the chat got us pizza. He wants us to make sure that he said polka dots. Make sure polka dots gets pizza. That's Alyssa in the chair. He's talking about make sure Alyssa gets some pizza out in Lady Jane. So thanks for the pizza, Freddie.
Shout out, Freddie.
Thanks.
Wow.
Shout out Cake Cam for always doing his thing.
Yes.
I feel like a hot girl having food sent to us. It's amazing.
Yeah, there you go. Who else we got?
Hey, we got Terrell from Florida, and the lines are just jam-packed, man.
All right. What's up, Terrell?
Yeah, what's up, boys?
Hey,
I got a little different take on this game. The first thing I want to say is, Maz, I love your enthusiasm and your positive attitude. I love listening to you. You're one of my favorite people on the show.
Hey, thanks.
But
not but.
But my take on this whole game is completely different than pretty much everything you guys have been saying.
All right.
The first thing is that Jared did not have a bad game. The first interception that he threw was a blatant pass interference. The guy just took Laporta out of the play and they didn't call it. If they do call that one, the second one doesn't happen, and the third one was tipped at the line.
Agreed.
So Jared actually didn't have a bad game. The thing about this game is that I didn't learn anything from this game. We knew that they had heart. We knew the offense was elite. We know that Jared's having a great season and that he's capable of bringing us back. And the other thing that we didn't learn is that the defensive line can't get pressure constantly, and they can't contain a running quarterback.
No.
Now, I just want to say this. I love Brad and Dan. I am huge fans of theirs. But that does not mean that these men are incapable of making a mistake. And nobody will ever convince me that we did not make a huge mistake by not getting defensive line help at the deadline. Because when we get in the playoffs and that shit happens, we're not going to be able to come back and win a game like that. We have a window open now. And I will never agree with those people that say, we got to sit back and wait for years and build through the draft.
I'm with you.
Fuck that.
We
have an elite offense now. We have a window open now. And they made a mistake. I'm sorry.
right.
Most teams come back.
How'd you get here, though?
They were, but that's over now. The rebuild is over.
Yes, it is.
This is not a rebuild anymore.
Hey, I said it all week, Terrell. I said it to Ryan and Braylon. They have to win. They have to look like they have to win this year. Next year, you don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Of course.
You've got to win this year. That's why I was very disappointed that they didn't bring in a Montez Sweat, a Chase.
Anyone.
Excuse me.
Anyone.
They're still men.
It doesn't have to be Sweat. It could have been anyone.
It could have been anyone. Anybody.
And this is why I'm so glad you guys are not GMs of football teams.
No,
it could be anybody.
Bro.
Just fucking sign someone. It says defense.
Anybody that can clearly rush the quarterback. I mean, obviously they're not going to sign you.
Let me ask you a question.
Correct.
Let me ask you a question. If you truly believe in your heart that this team was one player away, do you believe that Brad Holmes would have went out and got that one player?
He tried. He didn't get it done. He did try. No question about it in my heart.
If he did try, and you guys know for sure he tried, then he agrees with me, I guess.
Wait a second. It's really easy to say that we're not in a rebuild anymore while we sit 8-2.
Right. No,
we were a non-playoff team in the
hold on. Rebuilding.
But we were a non-playoff team coming into the season that was still very much in the middle of a rebuild. Now it all worked out.
We should have made the playoffs last year. If we had made the playoffs, they would have won a couple of games.
What it should have. Naz is not right. We were 9-8 and we missed hang up on this clown, bro. We missed the playoffs. You're wrong. Laugh all you want, dog. We were not a playoff team.
It was a playoff
Cut him, Derek. Get rid of this joker.
You're welcome to come in the studio anytime you want.
Bro, I know more about football than, stop it. And stop with the disrespect.
It's a good call.
Get this guy out of here.
I appreciate it. But the complaining that I have heard from Lions fans about the past two wins, it just comes off.
Wait a second.
Hold on, Anson. It just comes off, and like I was saying during the watch party, it comes off as new money. That's what you are. Daddy just got rich. You're just experiencing success for the first time, and you're not realizing how every other team has done it. You think the Kansas City Chiefs blow out every game? No, they don't. They come back in ball games. They have to win. They play down to their opponents sometimes. It's not always just going to be a 30-point walk-in, throw my dick on the counter beatdown every single time. It's going to be tight games, and this is why. Just slow down. The Lions won the last two games, and you're telling me about their deficiencies. I don't want to hear that shit. They're 8-2.
I know, but Terrell brings up the point.
What? That he wanted somebody and Brad Holmes didn't go get him?
Forget what he's saying. I'm telling you, he brings up the point. I'm driving in the third quarter from home. Watch the first half at home. I always come watch the second half for you guys. Dan Miller, Lomas Brown. You respect them? TJ Lang. You respect them? Yes, you do. They have said it. Lomas said it. The middle of that defensive line is doing nothing. They have got to do something. Nobody is doing anything. They're just engaging with the offensive linemen.
Man, so if I could be 8-2 with my team doing nothing up the middle, I'm happy.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. You said it too, Anson. You said if they continue to F up in the third quarter, they're going to lose in the playoffs.
Sure.
I'm going to tell you, if they can't rush the quarterback, they're going to lose in the playoffs.
Okay, but my issue is with insinuating that this team was one player away back in April. That's horse shit.
No, it's
okay?
not. No, it's not.
Okay, yeah, because we didn't
team
add
is-
4 major contributors in the first 2 rounds this year.
What team?
Bro,
is more than one player
stop.
away?
So I can't even hear that because we added 4 rookies who are major contributors
Yes,
to this team this year. Okay,
facts.
so you're going to tell me we were 1 player away,
I'm
and
just telling
that
you.
was just a defensive tackle, and
Listen
we'd
to
be
me.
crowned?
Yeah,
That's crazy talk.
Listen
We
to
were
me.
not a playoff team last year. We were in a rebuild. I mean, that's crazy. It's lunacy.
Go ahead, Mass.
You're going to sit there and tell me, had they not made the playoffs last year, which they got effed out of, if they not made the playoffs last year, they wouldn't have made noise. The way they were playing, the way they were healthy, without those 4
those 2
rookies.
points are completely different.
You don't
No,
know.
it's not 2 different points.
You don't
It
know.
is.
Yes, no, it's not.
We were a non-playoff team. Okay, we went into week 17 that night knowing that we couldn't get into the playoffs. We knew that we had massive holes on both sides of the offense and defense. We had to go out and sign a bunch of people in July. This team was nowhere near 1 player away in April, much less February.
I'm just telling you.
To insinuate that is crazy.
If
And
you
the
make the playoffs, you have a chance to win. Last year, had they made the playoffs, they would have won a
Why are
couple
we
of
talking
games.
about had they made the playoffs when they didn't?
I'm
on.
with Anson on this. They didn't. So there's really no argument to be had about what could have happened.
No,
they could
because
have
what
gotten
Terrell's
knocked out in
saying
the first
is,
round.
had we added someone to rush the passer this year, that was the
He's
missing
saying that's all we
ingredient.
needed because we weren't in the middle of a rebuild. That this is the crown team. We didn't know what this team was going to be in the
Honestly,
offseason.
but let's talk about it.
We're 8-2.
We needed a lot more help than just rushing the passer
time.
last year. That was
Big
almost a
time.
historically bad defense at the beginning of the year.
At
you
the
needed,
beginning of
you
the
needed
year.
help at secondary. You needed help at line. When Malcolm Rodriguez is your starter, coming out of a guy you don't expect to even play on your team.
I got news for you.
there's
Malcolm
deficiency.
Rodriguez has probably played as well as Jack Campbell's played.
Listen, talent-wise, we're still deficient of the San Francisco 49ers
Yeah.
and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, maybe we've got a better
I'll
scheme.
take our
We've got better
offense over
unity.
the 49ers offense.
I'm talking
I'll take our
about
offense over any
53
offense
players,
in the
brother.
NFC.
I'm talking about all 53. And top to bottom, the talent on those 2 rosters is better than ours. Now, what I think
Not
that
on
we're
the
going to be able
offensive
to
side.
do.
Not on the offensive
That's
side.
not what I
Hey,
said.
guys, we're 8-2.
Yeah, fuck the Bears.
Fuck the Bears.
Absolutely.
Fuck the Bears.
And we're 8-2 with Jahmyr Gibbs, with
Anson.
Mr. Campbell, with
Anson.
Mr. Branch, and Mr. Laporta. And those are the guys that I'm really happy to have.
And if we would have taken Jalen Carter, we don't get Laporta and we don't get Gibbs.
We don't know what we are.
So it's just a
I like
completely weird
8-2.
argument. Who else we got, Kool-Aid? And this better be a happy, joyous caller that's sitting there lubing up, ready because the Lions are 8-2.
Look,
I
we
want
got-
nothing less.
Good pack. We got AT&T Jeff right now, and then we got
That's
Freddie
my guy.
313 who got us the pizza right after.
Jeff
All
and
right.
Freddie. Hey, Jeff, what's happening, man? I hear you're in Florida with a bunch of Bears fans.
Oh, Thomas J. Mazzaway. And the J stands for just the greatest broadcaster in Detroit history.
Thanks,
I
man.
don't care what anybody says.
Me neither.
You're the man. You're the legend.
Thanks, bro.
Listen,
What do you got
I
for
got
me? What
three
happened?
things.
What
I
happened
got
down there?
three things. Don't cut me off,
All
Jeff.
right.
Don't cut me off,
Speed
Tom.
it up.
One, you're wrong. I'm telling you, they didn't need it. In homes we trust. Trust the process, Tom. That's number one.
My guy.
Number two, you give me, and I love Matthew Stafford, but I when the game's on the line, you give me Jared Goff every damn day.
No doubt.
That third down play he threw away, Matthew Stafford throws it right to a Chicago Bear. And number three, and I will tell you before I get to number three, I went to a bar and it was all Chicago Bear fans. And you know what they all, and I was loud and I was obnoxious, and guess what they all said to me? On their way out, they said, "It's your guys' time.
Woo!
It's you earned it. You deserved it." So Manson, this one's for you. One, I love that song Mbop you came out with. That was awesome. I love that song. And I love the
20 years I've been hearing that one,
I
man.
love the way you used to announce the Piston games, but
My
it's
guy,
not
you
good,
know,
this
dude.
is not your same old Lions. This is not your same old Lions. Let's go.
I hope you're right, brother. I hope you're right. It sure's feeling that way. It's
Attaboy,
feeling that way,
Oh,
man.
boy,
I
Jeff.
mean, they're
Great
doing
call.
something they haven't done in 61 years.
Great call.
So I don't know how you could even use the term "same old." unless you're talking about mass.
Exactly.
You know, we're talking about all these records that the Lions are setting every week that we hear. I don't know if we dropped one today. Since 62. But Mr. Gibbs is the third running back in Lions history to get 4 straight games with a touchdown as a rookie.
Barry, Kevin Jones.
Kevin Jones.
Oh, yep.
Kevin Jones was fun for a minute, wasn't
He was a
Virginia
minute.
Tech's
He
finest.
was.
A minute.
Yeah, he
was.
Him and Mike Vick played together.
Yeah, that was a hell of a team back then.
Hey, great win, guys. Great win.
Kool-Aid, who else we got? More callers
Yeah.
like that. None of these guys are like, well, the team doesn't have enough at 8-2.
Look, let's go. Freddie 3-3. Thanks for the pizza as well.
Shout out, Freddie.
Hey, Freddie, what's up, man?
What up, though, fellas?
What up, though?
Man, everybody says Goff for MVP. I'm saying Stick for MVP.
My guy.
I've been talking. He is I and I am him. We've been saying the same thing all year. Here's my thing. I'm from Pontiac. I went through hell and back with this team, right? And these are problems to have. We're 8-2 right now. Well, actually, we should have just drafted this guy. Did I watch the draft party when people were going nuts that we draft Laporta? We're like, oh, Michael Mayer was available. Like, it's indicative of the fact that this fan base needs to learn how to support a winning football team. And I know it's new. I know it's new territory for everybody. But we got to get on board with this team because they need us as much as we need them.
Yep.
And with this fan base, we can't call in when we're 8-2 and whine and do the Jalen Carter stuff, the Chase Jones stuff.
Man, he'd be good here, though.
Amen, bro.
Get the win, get the dub, go to Turkey Day, shove the turkey leg up the Packers' ass, go 9-2, win this division, and trust in this team that is since 62. This is the best start. Like, I know there's PTSD as a Lions fan, and I'm one of them. But not one point in that game did I throw the towel in, and we all need to do the same. That's all I got to say.
Come on, Freddie.
Everybody,
Freddie, you know you were nervous, Freddie. What, 8 minutes to go? You know you were like, okay, we'll beat the Packers.
But that's
Nervous, but not out. He might have been nervous, but he wasn't out.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
But that's the thing, man. Like that's what Freddie brings up is. This is all new to everybody, so that nobody really understands how to be a fan of a winning team. And it seems like people are having a worse time watching winning football this year than they did watching losing football the past 3 or 4 years, because expectations are on the table.
It's that whole...
I can't fucking believe it. Incredible. Lions, thank you for the heart attack. Let's fucking go. Evan never tweets either. Ever.
How about that?
I got a video of Dan Campbell talking about Jared Goff. If you guys want to hear
we
that.
want it. Let's go to our man. I love this guy.
Here's what Dan had to say after the game.
Our general.
I think it speaks volumes. You know, he doesn't have his best game, but it's really when you needed him most in a 2-minute drive at the end of half. That was pretty big. And then at the end of the game, down 2 scores. That's when he's at his best in a game that he's not playing his best game. I think that speaks volumes. So here's what we know about Goff. At the very least, he's going to be mentally tough and physically tough, and you can always count on that. You can bank on that. And today, he showed his resiliency, you know. And when we needed those plays, man, he showed up in no huddle mode. It was awesome.
We basically said what we said.
Interesting he used the word bank on that, because they're about to open the bank for this dude. And
I don't know about that yet.
They better.
They are.
Maybe they'll franchise him.
This is the perfect example of why they should pay him. Stick, you mentioned earlier in the game, this is the reason why he's the MVP, because when he's bad, this team is terrible.
Bad, right.
But then he can just put him right on his back and go and resurrect a team that should have gotten a loss today and put a W up.
Yeah, that was the irony of Easy trying to troll us in the chat by saying MVP after Goff throws an interception. It's like, yeah, you're right. When Goff doesn't play well, this team is not that good. He is the secret sauce to making this whole operation work, to get St. Brown the ball on time, to throwing into those tight spaces that Spencer thinks is lazy offense because he's just throwing to a spot and he's got to make sure a wide receiver is there. But to me, MVP is what he brings to the team. I know there's always 2 different types of ways to weigh an MVP, right? Mine is always, if you take this guy off the team, what does the team look like?
He is tied.
You take Jared Goff off this team, it's a whole different ball game now.
He's tied for number 8 for MVP odds, whole league, man. I mean, When was the last time you could really say that the Lions had a guy that was truly an MVP candidate? I know Stafford put up big garbage time numbers.
Long time ago, Barry.
Long time ago. We're talking 30 years now.
This was a Stafford game. I know the guy earlier said that Goff, Stafford could never do what Goff. But to me, this is what Stafford was like, losing to inferior teams for 3.5 quarters, and then all of a sudden trying to get a comeback. Kool-Aid, who else we got on the line?
Hey, next up is Cordell from San Antonio.
Let's go.
San An.
Howdy, Cordell.
Riverwalk.
Hello.
Hey, Cordell. Welcome up, man. How you doing?
Doing good. How are y'all?
We're great.
Good, man. You enjoying Wemby down there?
I'm enjoying this rainy weather we got.
What'd you think about the Lions today?
Man, I got a lot about the Lions today, but I will say this, and I'm not lying to you, Maz. I was not nervous at all today.
All right, Cordell.
Not once was I nervous today, because at the end of the day, we're one game. At that point, we were 2 games out of a winning season. I'm not nervous. If you're 2 games out of a winning season and you're losing a game, there is 0 reason for you to be nervous. 0. So, I was going to apologize
to lose to a shitty team. That's why I was a little nervous.
I don't want to lose to a shitty team either. Don't mistake what I'm saying, but what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For 2 games out of a winning season. Just not.
I'm with you. I wasn't nervous long term. Long term, I'm not nervous.
I was going to call and apologize to Anson for how I acted when he was talking about the reigning NFC champions of the Eagles. No, I can't apologize to this SOL man. I can't do it.
My dog died that day, bro. My dog died that day. Don't give it to me hard.
Still holding on to that.
Rest in peace, Clyde.
Yeah,
Woodward original.
R.I.P. Clyde.
Keep going, Cordell.
I accept your apology, bro, but we're still not the best in the NFC. I mean, we didn't make the playoffs last year. We might have a better record at the end of the season going into the playoffs than everybody in the NFC, but we have to win playoff games and we have to unseat the throne. You know, I mean, the guys that are on top, they have to be beaten before we can start saying that we're the top.
To say that you weren't stressed, like, I was stressed, and my thing is, I'm enjoying the hell out of this stress this season. The Lions are playing meaningful football right up into Thanksgiving and beyond this year. Yeah. I want that stress. I want my team down 2 scores with the confidence in them that they come back. Like, to me, this has been a fun year of football, and it drives me nuts because I see a lot of my friends who've been Lions fans for a long time. They're struggling this year because the expectation's so high to where if they lose a game, it ruins their week. It used to be the Lions lost a game. I was like, all right, well, hopefully my fantasy team does better.
Spenny was inconsolable.
Yeah.
You could not.
We were worried.
You could not.
We were worried.
We were worried.
He left. Did you ever do that when the Lions sucked?
No.
Isn't that weird though? Like you're getting more pissed off the best team you've seen in 60 years than a team that went 0-16.
There's so much on the line.
Hey,
every game means something.
Sometimes you got
it. A game against the Bears in the middle of the season didn't mean shit. Now it means something. Now you're fighting for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Every game means something.
You can't lose that game.
The Eagles aren't going to slip up like you would against the Bears. You got to go put your foot on the back of people's heads and put your hand in their ass if you want to win the NFC.
Your hand in their ass.
Well, wait.
Do whatever you want.
It's a careful what you wish for thing, man. I mean,
Spencer, I got a real question for you. The fact that you're on a sports talk show every day and your opinion is also on the line about being attacked.
Yeah.
Does that put anxiety in you when you're watching these games?
No, I don't care.
Because when I'm sitting there clowning fans for leading the chat and being assholes, I wanted that win more than anything for the Lions, but second of all, so I could clap in that camera's face and let them know you gave up. You gave up on this team, and now you're trying to crawl back in and be a part of the bandwagon and all that, but you went away.
Yeah.
It's just the psychology behind being upset by an 8-2 team, but never being this upset about the 1-15, 1-6, 0-16 teams. It's just so interesting.
There was no expectations back then.
Right.
Now, like Spencer said, you can't lose this game if you want a chance to take that home field advantage.
But all that shows me is we're all learning how to be winning football fans. We don't know how to do it yet. Like I honestly, I don't know how to do this yet.
That's fair.
It's like everybody wants a hot girl until you realize what comes along with it.
Yeah.
Careful what you wish for.
The daddy issues.
Every week is going to be stressful, even when we're winning, man.
even when you win.
We got a J-Mo quote.
Stick, then who are you rooting for, the Lions or your opinion? My opinion was the Lions were going to win.
I don't care about opinion.
It's
Opinion.
Well, wait a second, though.
No,
Stick's opinion is the Lions can't be beat. They're his favorite and best team in the NFL. Until it goes 4-0, he's going to believe that they're going to win. So him supporting his belief is supporting the Lions.
Right.
Flat out.
That's why it's an interesting question. Because my beliefs are always pro-Lions.
Yes,
So
no doubt. Amen to that, brother.
You said you got J-Mo talking?
Yeah, we got a quick J-Mo quote from after the game on the field.
Love this kid.
J-Mo, this offense dug itself into a hole, 4 turnovers. How did this team climb its way back out?
I think that's what we all about. You know, when you go in the locker room, you see our players, it's all about grit and how far you going to go.
Oh, yeah.
He's buying in.
I love
I didn't know
kid.
that. He looks like he's 15. He sounds like he's 15. And he
does.
flies like he's in the Olympics, man.
I'm telling you, this guy, we all had our doubts about him. Most of us did. I got absolutely zero doubt about this guy.
Seems like
he's
we're-
already got the attitude.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Yep.
Now you just unleash it. When he learns what the hell he's doing, forget it.
I got to be honest, the clips I've seen of him recently, he's grown up a lot.
Big time.
Since he was drafted, man.
And that's good.
Yeah, he's really
That suspension did it.
Yeah, and you know, whether it was the fans or whether it was the actual team, his teammates, he always kind of felt like he was just trying a little too hard, running all the way down to make those blocks to fit into the team. Today, it really felt like he was a full Lion, you know?
That's how he has
No,
to
no,
get
no,
on
but
the
that's what I'm
field.
saying is he had to earn his stripes somehow. And that's how he did it, was with effort plays. But now those effort plays, they're starting to come into timely big plays. And he really, man, he felt like a real Lion today.
His touchdown to reception ratio is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it seems like 50%
Touchdown
of
to
the
target ratio.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they're deploying him in ways that he's going to be successful almost every single time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what we talked about in this post-game show before. These coaches are bringing along players. It's not only about drafting talent, it's about taking them to the next level.
Listen, those last 2 drives, and I've said this in the past, these teams, they have no idea what the Lions are going to be doing on a play-by-play basis.
No.
Zero. They're guessing what they're doing, and it's only going to get better. You beat a team like this here in Chicago, they'll wipe them out in Chicago. I already said it, like when they were losing, I'm like, I can't wait till they play this team again. They're going to learn, and they're going to beat them. Because last year, they had to come back late and win that game in Chicago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, needed a Fields interception then.
This offense is only going to get better as the year goes on.
I bet the Lions on Madden are screwed over because there's no way they're fitting that whole playbook in for them.
Yeah, Ben
It's
Johnson
massive,
playbook.
man. I mean, there's just
Hey.
so many options and checkdowns and different variations with different players of the same play. I mean,
It's
it's
great.
just, it's fantastic.
Hey, 313-552-6322. Back to the phone lines we go on Woodward Sports. Kool-Aid, who's up next?
Hey, yeah, we got Tyler from Clarkston.
Kyler and Clarkston. You're on Woodward Sports. What's happening, Kyler?
Hey, Tyler. Hey,
Tyler
yes,
with a
sir.
T. What's happening?
It's Tyler with a T, baby.
Gotcha, bud.
You know what? First thing I want to say, man, is let's go Lions.
Let's go.
And you know, man, I am so proud of this team. At the end of the day, man, we got the dub, right? That's the big thing, right? Good teams figure out how to get dubs, you know.
Amen.
And it's one of those situations, man, where like, look, we didn't play a great first half, right? We couldn't stop Fields. We couldn't figure out what they're doing. They ran like a weird RPO kind of vibe, you know. We didn't know if Fields was going to get, you know, the rock or not, and we adapted. And praise to Aaron Glenn, honestly, because I mean, he played a great defensive scheme in the second half. I mean, we gave him 3 field goals, you know.
Yeah. It felt like more, Tyler. That was the problem. It felt like we were doing.
And that's
we
because
weren't
the
doing
offense
enough.
wasn't keeping
Right,
pace, though.
yeah,
Had
right.
the offense
We
been
were
on
pissing it
normal
away.
pace like
Yeah.
it has been in previous games, I don't think you would have felt that stress.
You know, he's got a great point, though, because that first drive, they were untouchable. They went right down the field. And then the second one, they came down and went right down the field until we kind of adjusted. And then you saw after they held them to that field goal, they really were able to adjust. And that's what we didn't see from them last week, I felt, you know, when they let the Bolts just keep scoring and keep scoring and keep scoring. Obviously, the defense was on the field way too much, and they were putting a hole over and over again. But the adjustment from AG and this defense today, they got better as the game went on.
Amen. Amen. Back to the phone lines we go. 313-552-6322. It's Stick, Anson, and Maz. Of course, Spenny's here, and Kool-Aid's going to tell us who's on the line.
Listen, we got Robbie from Illinois, Lions fan behind enemy.
That's right. Let him know all week, baby.
Go get him, Robbie. What's up?
What's up? Go Lions!
Go Lions!
Backstory: born and raised in Michigan.
Right.
I live out here now. Lions fan my whole life.
Good man.
I'm just on high after that game because that game was incredible. I'm not gonna lie. I was very nervous.
Of course.
I was very frustrated. We had no business winning that game until that Jameson Williams touchdown, and then that's when it was like, all right, good teams are gonna do what good teams do. And that's when we came down, and D-Mont got the revenge touchdown. Oh, it was fantastic. But I just want to give J-Mo some love because, he goes through a lot of crap, people talking about him. And just, honestly, we don't win that game if J-Mo's not on the team, my opinion.
We won it, and we'll give him a game ball too, just for you, man.
But
for you.
I love bringing up the D-Mont touchdown, though. That revenge touchdown against your former team.
I thought he was going to get 3 that day. I thought he was going to have 150 and 3, but they went away from the run.
I think he would gladly tell you, I'll take the game winner over 150.
If they don't turn the ball over 4 times, he's probably got 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, they never really stopped him. He always got 3, 4, 5 yards a clip.
That's what he
was
does.
running angry.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
And I was wanting Goff to sneak it in there at the end, but like a guy going up against his former team, he's going to give you that extra effort to get in the end zone.
And look at this. Look at this. Eat that, Bears. Wow. 98.8% win probability at one point.
Yeah, I would believe that. I know you believed it because you left the studio.
Yeah.
But we brought you back, and what did I tell you? With 2 minutes left, we're gonna stop them.
Yep.
We're gonna call 2 timeouts.
Yep.
They're gonna throw an incomplete pass. We're gonna get the ball back, and we're gonna win. And I told Booner, go start your Kool-Aid mix.
Yeah.
Get it going.
I tried to go rip a dart, and it got the boys going.
That's it. Whatever you did, remember that.
I will.
You had a favorite part of the game. You remember what it was?
No.
When Justin Fields started dancing.
Oh, the dance.
Oh,
the dance.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's see that dance, Dick. Come on, give me the
He tried to do the Michael Jackson thing.
There you
and
go.
from that moment on, they got mollywopped up and down the field. And
it was on.
I don't know if that was a part of it or if the team's seeing that happen, but when that's up on the big screen at Ford Field, you're watching this ass clown who isn't even a solid NFL quarterback dance all over you. It reminded me of what happened after the Seattle game when they were posting videos wearing the ski mask dancing in the locker room.
You should have waited a little bit on that one.
You got to wait a little bit on
sir.
that. And you know what? And that's what I kept saying. Like, everybody that was doubting the Lions in that moment, how many times have the Lions been the Bears in that situation?
Yes.
You had the 12-point lead
40 years
with 4 minutes to go. Your quarterback's feeling good. Roy Williams is giving you that first down, and then next thing you know, boom, touchdown. Oh, okay, all we got to do is hold them to a field goal. Nope, can't do that either. Oh, okay, they got the 2-point conversion. We just got to get down the field and kick a field goal to tie it.
Fumble.
Nope, fumble. The Bears are the new Lions.
Yep.
That's exactly.
Bears gonna bear.
A talented young quarterback who has the tools, who has the arm strength, but just can't put it together. You sign big free agents that are coming in, but they just can't seem to contribute to your team. You lose guys to your in division opponents. That's what happened.
Well,
man.
let me say this about Justin Fields, and you guys can argue with me. I think he's going to be a terrific quarterback. I don't believe he's had the right proper coaches with him. I feel bad for him the way he's been. It's not where you get drafted. It's where you get picked. What team, what city you're going to. And he went to a bad situation, this kid. I believe he's got the talent to be a very good starting quarterback. And they have 2 number 1 picks. We had Tom Thayer on this week. It was a Bears champion in Super Bowl 20. He does the radio with Jeff Joniak for Chicago. And I asked him point blank, you guys got 2 number 1 picks.
Got to take a QB.
Is Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus making those picks? And he said, I think Ryan Poles will be there. Matt Eberflus is probably not going to be there. But if I were the Bears, and I know no one gives a shit right now because it's Chicago, I would can the GM as well. I would start fresh. You got 2 picks. You better make them right. Or trade that number 1 pick, get 2 more, you got 2 picks, 2 number 1s in the top 3. You better make the best of them.
What could you get for Fields, and would you be open to it? Because personally,
you better get a 1.
Well, at least.
I know, but
At
you won't.
least.
No.
You're getting a 1 for him.
You'll
No,
get a
you're
2.
not.
A 2.
In what world are you getting a 1 for Justin Fields?
I would imagine he draws a 1 at this point in his career. The guy's never had any weapons until this year. He's got a 5'10" number 1. Okay, the rest of his whole receiver room is trash.
Yeah.
He's got Dante Foreman. How long has Deontay Foreman been in the league? You know, you got Khalil Herbert, who's, I mean, I like Rashawn Johnson. He's still a 4th-round pick. They've got Cole Kmet. He's kind of cute.
No, he's good.
He's all right. Yeah. But, I mean, this guy has largely had no one to throw to. He's shown some huge glimpses. I mean, he's had 2 games this year where he's been spectacular. But if I was the Bears and I'm looking at a high pick like I'm looking at, and you're looking at this draft class, you got guys like May out there, you know, I would see what you could get for him, because your whole offense is so dependent on that style of football, the way that we've seen with the Ravens over the last 5-6 years, that I think you get away from that guy.
I might take Marvin Harrison and trade one of those picks.
Sweet, let's go Bears.
All right, go Bears.
Fuck the Bears. Whatever they do, they can take whoever they want.
It was just nice to see the Lions.
You put on that Bear helmet, you're gonna suck balls.
But at least the Lions didn't have another notch up against, you know, mobile quarterbacks we can't beat.
Yep, we can.
Sorry, I
put
brought
that
it
to
up.
bed.
I apologize.
No, it's
Okay?
fine. This isn't a Bears post game.
Okay, I'm really sorry I brought up Justin Fields.
He's awful.
Fine.
Who we got, Kool-Aid?
Yo, we got John from Waterford.
What's up, John?
I don't think it's John.
Who is
I think it's Josh.
Oh, what's up, Josh?
You can be whoever you want.
All right, that's cool. I got a couple quick hits for you then.
All right, let's go.
First of all, I think this was a trap game. And when you overcome
Bear trap.
a trap game,
That's a trap.
oh, absolutely. It was a trap game because you you think past this game, you think about Thanksgiving. And you got Justin Fields coming back, and he's had coaching. And he's going to come out there, he's going to want to prove himself. And when you have something like that, and you overcome that, this little, nothing team, and you beat them when probably you could have lost that game, that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing when you beat that team and you come back like that. It's a really big move going forward. Because now, unlike when you went into Baltimore and got your ass handed to you, now you think, you know what, if I had that game back, I bet we could have beat their ass. That's how it could have been.
And that's what I like. This is a different way to win, and that's what you have to do as a football team. You got to find different ways to win in the NFL. This time they had to come back after playing probably their worst 3.5 quarters all season, maybe even dating back to 365 days ago.
I believe it was their best win. I said at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the day, I believe in it. I really believe this was their best win of the year.
I got to put that stamp on the Kansas City game, but this is a pretty close second.
Yep. Kansas City game changed on what play?
Well, the
first quarter, fake punt.
Sure, the Kansas
without that fake punt,
hinges
they
on
winning that game.
And the whole season could hinge on that game.
Correct.
Well, I'm glad Dan Campbell's got them
I'm glad we
balls.
don't got to see the Chiefs anymore, and maybe they make the Super Bowl. Maybe.
That's one thing we didn't see a lot of this game was Dan Campbell taking a lot of unnecessary risks.
I thought he'd fake a punt.
Risk.
I thought he would fake a punt.
There was no shenanigans by Dan Campbell in this game.
You know why? He's trying to lull people back to sleep to forget that he actually is a riverboat gambler.
Yeah, and then use it when you absolutely need it. Maybe on Thanksgiving. I think we're going to see some special things on Thanksgiving.
I don't even think you need it.
Conservative battle of the Midwest today.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to need it. I think they'll handle the Packers in 4 days from now.
Or maybe it was in the game plan and Jared Goff just kept throwing to the guys that played for Chicago.
Good point.
That kind of takes you out of your game plan. 4 turnovers. What else we got, Kool-Aid?
Hey, look, we got Woody from Pennsylvania. Look, the Lions have just stayed jam-packed.
Yeah, and if we don't get to you, sorry.
We'll
like
do
you
our
said,
best.
and then we got to talk, and that's just the way
Fans
it is.
really have to talk.
Thanks for hanging out and hanging on hold. If you've been on hold for a little bit, we appreciate
Thanks,
you.
guys. Woody, what's happening, man? How's PA?
How you doing, guys? I called in last week for the first time.
Hey, welcome back.
I was a little nervous. Thanks. I was a little nervous. I realized I rambled a little bit last week, but I lost my car virginity, so I'm good now.
We broke it.
I wanted just to call in because I want to take you through the mind of a Lions fan and stick you right. What you said about not knowing how to handle success, because I've been a Lions fan for 40 years. This Bears game, I had a bad feeling because the Bears have always done this shit to us. I don't know how far do you remember Christmas Eve in '99 when they put Batch out? the last game of the year. They ruined my Christmas. And then I don't know if you remember the last time they made the playoffs. I mean, they broke Stafford's finger. Remember that game we came back and we beat them? And then we lost every game the rest of the year. I don't know if, and he had to tape finger for the playoffs against Seattle.
Yep.
The reason why I'm saying this is you're right, because you got to learn to handle success. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Watching that game, I told myself, I was like, I've seen this too many times, so I'm going to try the difference maker. I actually got away from the game, and I kept checking in. And I was like, they're going to win this game because I turned it off. So I'm taking you through the mentality of a Lions fan for 40 years. Yep. And I was like, they're going to win this game. It's like, because I'm going to say, because I didn't get mad. At 45 years old, I learned how to handal it now.
What'd you switch to, though?
We appreciate your sacrifice. Thank you for your sacrifice, man.
No. I'm saying, like, I just got away from it. Like, I went and I played with my kids. Okay. Like, I just got, you see what I'm saying? Like, I just got away from it because being a Lions fan from outside of Michigan and Pennsylvania, I've actually this year I got the YouTube package, and being able to be a part of their games is something different for me. Because, like, I mean, I've always had to try to watch scores, and back when I was a kid, you didn't have the internet. You didn't have, like, the scores always flashed in your face. Like, you had to wait for the ticker on the games, and it was maddening. Like, you couldn't get any updates. I
used to call sports when I was a kid.
I know. All this stuff is new. I had no idea. Like, you're watching the Eagles every week. You got to sit through that, and you're waiting for the score to come up. And it's like, it's all new to me. But it's like I tried something different. And actually, it's like, because something tells me every Lions fan somewhere, as old as I am, thinks they're the reason why they've never been any good.
Hey, Spenny did the same thing as you did. Spenny left the room. He smoked a cigarette.
I had to go outside too, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's it went down.
But that's what we asked for is meaningful football that's dramatic and stressful.
Yeah,
it is.
This is the fun.
I know, and the fact that we're doing this, and just like you said, every other time these games they don't mean shit, but now it does. So it's like it makes you even more up and down. But it's like I'm just getting used to this, and it's a good thing. And I encourage all Lions fans to just savor this in, because 1961, the shit doesn't happen very often. So it's like you can get mad and you can get frustrated, but just enjoy the ride and enjoy it for wherever it takes us, because, like I said, I've waited a long time for this, and it's just it is a great thing to be a part of.
Hey, we'll talk to you on Thanksgiving, Woody. Have a great holiday.
All right, guys.
Exactly the
you
mentality.
Too. Thank you.
That is exactly the mentality that we all need to have. Like, we're experiencing something that hasn't happened in 60 years. Just sit back and enjoy 61. The ride. If it doesn't go your way 1 week, that doesn't mean the season's over. If it doesn't go your way 1 quarter, if it doesn't go your way 3.5 quarters, that doesn't mean the game is over, because this Lions team is special. It's different. It's something that none of us have experienced. So I can't tell you what they're going to be. I can't tell you what they're not going to be. All I know is I'm bought in. I love them, and I'm here every week, every minute, until, like Anson said, till there's 4 zeros on that scoreboard. I believe this team can win.
Hey, Tyler Bass fans, he's got 3 field goals. Buffalo lead the Jets 9-0.
Great transition, man. Thanks.
I wanted to give a score update.
I was trying to give a meaningful speech. And
Sorry.
And let's talk about Buffalo's kicker.
Yeah, Buffalo's kicker.
I can't help
back
myself.
to Justin Fields.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is going to happen next week?
San Diego
let me give you some scoreboard updates here.
No.
Come on.
What do you guys think is going to happen next week?
Giants beat the Commanders today.
Man, this is 2023. Anybody who wants scoreboard updates is going to go do exactly what you're doing
Baker Mayfield just threw a touchdown.
Your boy Danny DeVito did look pretty good today.
Jags look great today, by the way.
Spencer, we got any more videos?
Trevor
from,
Lawrence, a couple touchdowns to what's his name?
Post-game ones.
All right, let's talk about next week, gentlemen. It's the big game.
Hold on. How many more people we got on hold? All right, we're going to take 3 more calls, then we'll get to next week. Let's take these last 3 calls.
Give me some stats.
I like calls.
Let's go. Eli from Holland, you are on.
Eli, what's happening?
It's Eli.
I know Eli. Sorry. I was just joking.
I look like an asshole.
I was joking. My bad. I call my friend Eli. I call him Eli. That's my bad. Inside joke.
Oh, okay. Well, first time, long time caller, listener. Pretty nervous here too.
Don't be nervous. Good, man. Don't be nervous.
Last
be
week
gentle.
I called and hung up because just didn't really. Well, everybody touched base on everything, so
that's okay.
Didn't really have much to say.
What do you got for us this week?
You're happy, right?
No, I'm ecstatic.
All right.
It brought a tear to my eye hearing that, like, grandpas can finally say, we're 8-2.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
How does that make you feel as a Lions fan?
Like I said, I feel ecstatic right now. I'm enjoying every moment, just like the little speech you were just given. Cause
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I know you're too busy looking up a fucking kicker. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I do still have my concerns. I did want to bring up a point that Stick was saying when Justin was doing his little dance. It was really pissing me off, and I was gonna blame Brad Holmes for not signing another defensive end.
You still could.
I just feel like we still need help on that line, but I'm just gonna take the game for what it was. We got to win. It's hard to win in the NFL.
Facts.
What about Bohanna? You didn't like the additional Bohanna?
The practice squad guy.
Lions debut today? Straight from Denver?
Oh, I don't even know who the hell that even is.
Neither did we.
Sorry, Bo, if you're listening.
We appreciate the call, man. Who we got next, Kool-Aid? And call back. And
wait,
every week,
before you go to a
every
call.
time it's going to get a little more easy.
Before you go to a call.
First time's nervous, second
I'll
time it's
I'll
sore.
throw the name out there
You got some kicker stats for us?
I'm going to throw the name out there again. And his name is Ndamukong Suh. I'm just going to throw his name out there.
Sign him. Sign him. Sign him.
Just going to throw his name out there.
Cleat some motherfucker.
I don't give a damn if you play 5 plays a game.
Sharpen the cleats.
I don't give a shit.
Evan Dietrich Smith.
Okay?
You know, he does game analysis overseas in the UK.
I'm sure he does.
Because I'm a pirate, and that's how I watch a lot of my games. But yeah, he's actually a full-time analyst over there. He's not bad.
Right,
he's getting paid. He's getting paid. So I don't know if he's trying to come out of retirement.
Matthew from West Palm Beach.
Hey,
nice and sunny.
Matthew, what's happening?
Smoke one on the beach for me.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, man, what's
I've been monitoring this channel for about a year now, and I have to say, you guys definitely do the best coverage when it comes to the Lions.
Thank you.
Stick, Maz.
Thank you.
Detroit
really
Sports
enjoy
by
the
Detroiters.
Yeah, I'm actually from Long Island, New York, and I've been a Detroit Lions fan since I was 8 years old.
God bless
the
you.
Chuck Long days.
God bless you.
I know
Mr.
Stick remembers
Iowa.
those days. We're about the same age, so watching this team is very different. I have to say, they never win games like this.
No,
never,
right. Amen.
ever. So this was an unbelievable win, and I mean, I don't think they're ready to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to say Super
They
Bowl,
are.
but they're absolutely headed in the right direction. There's no doubt about it.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear
Jared
that
Goff,
New York
as
twang.
resilient as he was, it was really great to see. I'm excited about Thanksgiving. I think they're going to carry this momentum into Thanksgiving and kick the Packers' ass. I really do.
Let's go.
I hope they do.
Me too.
They need to. Thank
Good
you
call,
for the
Matt.
call.
Hey, give my best to everyone back home in Long Island.
You know, he touched on it. There's 3 games this year that the Lions would have lost. One today, one last week, and probably against the Raiders, or not the Raiders, but the Chiefs as well.
Yeah.
And this just, again, signs that we're getting away from that SOL. Being able to come up big when you're down, when you're sloppy, when it's not your day, and still coming up with that W.
Yeah, well, it's different. It feels different.
Mm-hmm.
It looks different, and it is
does.
different because
It
we
really
haven't seen
does.
it in 60 years. Who else we got, Kool-Aid? Last call.
Yeah, Justin from Battle Creek.
Hey,
PC?
Battle Creek.
There he is, cereal capital of the world. What's up,
Cereal
Justin?
City.
What up, guys?
Hey.
What up, though?
Hey.
Hopefully I don't sound too bad. I'm sorry.
Sound good.
I'm also got my cherry broke last week calling you guys in. I had 3 questions. I only got 2 in, but I understand you got some time to go, so I'm going to hurry up and ask
All
the
right.
question.
Get him in.
I guess the first one starts off the same as I did last week. Was this a little too close to for comfort?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like we should have fucking shat on Chicago, and I don't think we shat on Chicago enough.
Yeah, you know, this is what set us off last week. I remember your call, and I felt bad that we didn't get to your other questions because me and Anton just started screaming at each other after your last question.
Sorry, dude.
Good. That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah, you know, and once again, this is the NFL, man. They're going to be one-score games 90% of the time, and that's just the way it plays out. It's a league of parity. So I'm never too scared of this is closer than it should be or whatnot. Do I feel that the Lions are a superior team to the Bears? Yes. Can they beat them 99 times out of 100? Yes. But I also know there's that one time because, like I said, the Lions used to be the Bears. We were the shitty team that would go in and roll the Patriots for no reason. You know, like, it doesn't make sense sometimes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Justin. Number 2.
Number 2, JMO. He got a touchdown today, but like, how many passes did he get?
He had 3 targets.
2 catches.
3 targets, 1 touchdown, 1 catch, and drop.
2 catches.
2 catches, no drops.
2 out of 3.
Is that sufficient enough for JMO? If we want to see more out of JMO, I believe JMO has the skill, but I also think he hasn't got as much opportunity. But he has shown us with a little opportunity that he is good.
Yeah.
But he might be a little bit of a bust. What do you guys think?
No bust at all. This kid is coming into his own. This kid has got it. Just don't forget, he wasn't with the team since 2 weeks into training camp? That's when he got hurt with his hamstring, and then, of course, the suspension. They cut a game off of it. Or was it 2 games that they cut off of it?
2.
They cut 2 games off of that. The kid comes back. You hear him. You see him in the locker room. You hear how positive he is. Yeah. And you see him on the field, running down the field, giving blocks, doing what he has to do to get on the field. Give this kid, by next year, Justin, by this year, by the end of this year, you'll see Jameson Williams for what you really believe he is.
But yes, Justin, to this point, because he's barely been on the field and dropped nearly as many passes as he's caught, at the 12 pick, he would be considered a bust at this point. However, you can boo all you want. I want him to be great. The jury can still be out. But you can't miss as many games as a guy has missed at the number 12 pick and be considered a hit.
Okay. All right, what's your third point, Justin?
No, I want to address that too.
Okay.
I want to address that too.
Right now, is he a bust at the number 12 pick?
No.
With his body of work thus far?
No.
He's not? Okay. What do you want from your 12 pick? That's it?
How's Bijan Robinson doing?
He was the number 9 pick.
How's he doing?
Bijan Robinson is doing a hell of a lot better than J-Mo.
He's just doing
Comparing the two of them is just a little crazy.
No, it's not. He's just doing okay.
Ooh, Anson's hater ass.
I know, truthing out here. Just truthing out here, gentlemen.
No, but the question...
The man asked a question. That's the answer.
The question was, should we expect more of him and whatnot? I want to equate J-Mo's game to Hutchinson's game today. He didn't make a ton of plays, but he made the big play in the big moment, and that's all you can ask of your supreme players, to show up when it matters most. Do I want J-Mo to get more balls? Yeah. Will I be happy with 2 catches for, 44 yards and a touchdown? I'm very happy.
No drops.
No drops. I'm very happy with that. Do I want Hutchinson to get more sacks? Sure. Hell yeah. But am I happy with 1 sack at the end of the game that's a strip sack fumble to cause a safety to win the game? Yes, I will take that every single game. So it's kind of it's a tricky question, this game, because J-Mo didn't make a ton of plays, but the play he made was the play of the game. It was the play that got the Lions back within a score. It was the play that put the pressure back on Chicago. It was the play that put the top off the defense, so the next time the Lions got the ball, they could just check down. There were so many things that went into that play. So, yeah, I'm happy with J-Mo's game.
He has 9 catches in his career, dog.
How many touchdowns?
Bijan Robinson had more catches in week 1.
How many touchdowns does he
He's
have?
got 4.
4. Ooh. So 50% of the time he catches the ball, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Compare that to anybody else in the league.
Sweet.
Compare that to anybody
Are
else
we
in the league.
drafting for touchdown percentage?
Yes. Because
on 8 catches,
you can increase volume.
He's got 9 catches.
Hold on, man. No, they drafted last year was a red shirt year. You can't count last year.
Well,
it's a red shirt year.
You can't count it except for you can.
No, you can't.
Because you
they
paid
drafted
him
to not play.
Yeah, you don't count that.
Okay, well then
you redshirt him.
He's got 8 catches through 6 games.
8 catches.
I know that you're an apologist, Maz, and you can get all upset about it. But if you're going to put his body of work through this time from when he was drafted, he's been a bust. Bust.
This man. Yeah, 4 touchdowns in 6 games.
I love him today.
Bust. 4 touchdowns in 6 games. I would call that a bust 100 times out of 100, wouldn't you guys?
Oh, please.
Dumb statement.
You know what,
okay.
You're reading the stats that are proving you wrong.
Look.
You guys sound stupid right now, to be honest with you.
Stupid.
So next year, at our 12 pick, so you'd have been happy with the same production from Jahmyr Gibbs?
Boo.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all liars.
It's a running back.
Tell yourself truths.
Shut his mic off.
Tell yourselves truths.
The ball's only been thrown to him 26 times.
Yeah, and that's when you pick a guy at number 12 and you've only thrown to him 26 times through a year and a half.
Is he throwing the ball to himself? And it's his fault that he's not getting the target.
No. This all goes back to new money fans. He doesn't understand how to win, guys. He doesn't understand.
Get a dick with your new money. I'm older than you, son.
You're a new money fan.
I'm older than you, son.
You don't know what winning looks like. You don't know what it feels like, and you're confused on how.
Neither one of us do. Don't give me that bullshit.
I know what it's like because.
Okay, you know how I know you know losing? Because you think 8-9 catches is a productive 12 pick.
I think
you're on crack.
4 touchdowns and 6
You're on
games
crack,
is
bro.
as productive as anybody.
He can have 2 catches and have 100% touchdown rate. He's still a bust at this point.
Nope.
Obviously, he can be a huge part of our offense. Boo, 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 boo. If that's the bar that you've set for your 12 pick, I feel sorry for you. And you're truly an SOL fan.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
Sleep on it.
You know what? Lions are 8-2. J-Mo's coming along.
He is coming along.
The coaching staff is using him in ways that he is successful. He had a touchdown called back last week. He's catching a touchdown every 0.75 games.
Yeah.
So if you extrapolate that throughout a season, 17 games, how many touchdowns should he have? Roughly around 13. If my number 12 pick is getting 13 touchdowns a year, I'm very happy with that. In fact, if my number 1 pick was getting 13 touchdowns a year, I'm happy with that. So you could take your little small sample size, because I can cherry pick numbers too, and you could shove it right up your ass. This dude is not a bust. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, and look, with J-Mo.
Where's the caller who wants to ask whether you just are about your opinion or not? Because you're not looking at the truth of statistics. Period. He's a bust so far.
Let me tell you about stats.
He's a bust. He's a bust so far. Yeah, because he's done what? Have a couple of blocks. Oh, I like your voice. He still has fucking 9 catches. He has 9 catches,
bro. The
bro.
that matters is 8 wins, 2 losses.
Hell yeah, man.
Devontae Adams had 4 TDs across 32 games to start his career. His first 2 seasons. Was he a bust?
How many catches did he have his first year?
Burn brings that up. There you go.
Touchdowns mean nothing, dude.
They actually help a lot in football. They do.
help today.
You want to score touchdowns.
Not when you're
Do
judging.
touchdowns matter in football?
I think touchdowns are
Do
pretty
touchdowns
important.
matter in
So
football?
he's averaging 2 touchdowns a year.
3 field goals
That's
today.
Brock. That's Brock. That's literally our tight end. He has as many touchdowns as our tight end, who our third stringer.
How many games, dude? Games. Look up games.
You know what?
targets.
Just because you drafted him and have regretted it in your rookie draft. Now, this is also the same guy that cries about how he shouldn't have taken Jamison Williams.
say that. I'm
Oh,
not
you
gonna
have
shame
over
him.
and over
It's
again.
okay, that's fantasy talk. Don't worry about it.
Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you.
Hater ass Hansen.
It's not a hater. It's being truth. Dude, how you can consider a number 12 pick?
2, you spoiled bitch.
No, he asked a question. It's not a spoiled bitch.
Yes, it
How, you
is.
guys are
You're
okay with a
trying.
guy having
Yes.
that many
Yes,
catches?
I am.
Well, raise your bar, Sam.
What? To
Raise
what?
your bar.
To what? 9-1?
No, raise your bar to at least.
Because it takes context to raise your bar, Hansen.
Okay, how about
if the Lions were 1-9? Yes, J-Mo not getting the ball would be a major problem. The Lions are 8-2. With him getting the 3 targets a game, they can do that to the end of eternity, and I will be the happiest boy on the planet.
Me too.
So, that's what I don't get. This is spoiled.
No,
new
actually,
money Lions
your
fan.
take is new money.
New money
Your new
Lions
money,
fan.
because you're so excited that we're winning that you're willing to overlook the fact of his
'cause
body of work.
Because winning matters more than individual players.
Sure,
You
but
can focus on
that's
that.
not what the question was. Whether we were winning or not. The question was, despite his contributions today, at this point, would you consider J-Mo to be a bust?
But can you
and
take-
you're okay with 9 catches.
Can you take-
from some number 12 pick over a year and a half, whether he was injured or not,
I
bro?
got Sunday dinner
Hold
coming up
on,
here.
Anson.
It's crazy.
Sunday dinner.
Can you take your head out of your ass just for a second and understand that maybe this is how the game plan is set up for J-Mo, and that maybe he could have all the stats.
That
you
is,
dream
if
of,
there's ever
all
a
the
head up and ass
stats.
statement, it was what you just said there.
What, that they're not game planning?
No, because they
have
game
Amon-Ra
plan for
St.
their number 12 pick to have 9 catches at this point in 2023?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yes, they do.
You just said, okay.
Yes,
if you
they
want to
do.
start that off with a head up your ass statement, then I'm going to put it back on you because that's crazy.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown should take less targets?
Dude,
Anybody in this room?
draft Luke
less
Kennard.
targets?
Draft Luke Kennard to be excited over some threes while Donovan Mitchell's sitting there. there.
Does anybody think St. Brown should take less targets? No?
No.
Laporta less targets?
No.
Gibbs less targets?
No.
Should we take the ball out of D-Mont's hands?
No.
No.
So wait a minute. Maybe there isn't room for this guy right now, so they're using him in positions where he can catch touchdowns, which turn the entire tempo of the game around, which put him in reverse situations where he had it called back because of a bullshit holding call. So, I trust... it's beyond JMO to me. It's understanding how the coaching staff is deploying him. If he was the number one target, getting 13 targets a game, then yes, and he's only catching 2 balls, you can have.
And when
your
you're drafted number 12, you should demand and insist through your play to be at the top of the pecking order, at least right underneath St. Brown. And he's like 5 spots below him.
When the team's 8-2, you don't have to force it, dude. You don't. You're trying to force an issue that doesn't matter.
That's not the question. The question is whether he's
Okay,
a
you
bust
win,
or
man.
not.
You win. You win. You
It's
win.
not about winning, bro. It's about to being told that my head's up my ass when the stats are on my side.
Except the touchdowns.
It doesn't matter. There's no bust yet.
Right.
There's no bust yet. God.
And it's not even in the foreseeable future.
Jesus.
Boo. All right, next week, we get to see the bust.
Why are you so upset, man? Is it you're that guy?
No,
is he
because
your
I'm
guy that hard?
You sound like such a fool, dude.
Oh, I sound like such a fool because you're happy with 9 catches.
I'm happy with 4 touchdowns in 6
I mean,
games.
you call me all the names you want, but
4
it's still not
touchdowns.
sticking up for your point.
4 touchdowns in 6 games.
That's not.
That'd be 13 touchdowns a year.
I think
enough.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Anson wouldn't be happy with a wide receiver getting 13 touchdowns a year.
Enough.
Doesn't sound smart to
Happy
me.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving game. The Packers are coming to town. Jamison Williams projected to have at least 470 yards. And then maybe
let me give you some stats on this game, okay?
Stats.
It is the 84th time the
Exit
Lions will host Thanksgiving. Their all-time record, 37, 44-2, including a 6-game losing streak. The Packers come in. It is the longest running series on Thanksgiving Day. It'll be the 22nd time that these two teams have met on Turkey Day. Guess who leads the series?
I'm assuming the Packers.
They don't.
What?
The Lions, 12, 8-1 overall against the Packers on Turkey Day.
I was at one game where they beat Brett Favre in Ford Field on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
I was at that game.
But 6 in a row. And last year, we all know they could have beat the Buffalo Bills, and that would have been the game to get them over the hump. But they didn't. They fell 6 in a row. That's a streak that ends this Thursday.
He has 2 touchdowns in 11 games.
You're back to him again?
Oh, my God.
Never left.
What? He has
2
this
2 touchdowns.
He has 2 this year. He had 1 last year.
Okay, he has 2 this year.
You
So
don't even know
it's
what
3.
the fuck you're talking about. Stay on topic. We're talking about the Packers now. If you're not going to bring stats that are real and you're just making them up, don't even.
Well, no, you were saying 4. He has 3. He's played in 11 games, and actually 12 games if you can count today.
Either way, Packers, Lions, Maz, who you got?
I got the Lions winning this game by double digits. The 6-game win streak for losing streak ends on Thanksgiving. I predict the spread will probably be Lions -6 if you're asking me going into this game. Packers did beat the Chargers today. So the Chargers, they didn't like the NFC North. Lions knock them off last week, and of course now the Packers beat them. So the Packers come in on a little bit of an upswing.
I think we got the better shot of the Chargers than the Packers did. They were coming off the bye week, and now they're coming off a loss to the Lions.
Yeah.
They know their season's
Chargers
over.
are done now.
They're just done now. So
Yeah.
the Packers got a little easier game against the Chargers than we did.
They were home and they won. Chargers on the road, man.
Yeah.
It's tough to win on the road.
Chargers are the most mid team ever. Did you guys see that? Like they're
Yeah.
like 1,501 and 1,501 with 11 ties.
Yep.
And since they drafted Justin Herbert, they have the same amount of points
That's
scored
amazing.
as points against.
That is amazing. I saw that this week.
Perfectly mid, but
Yeah.
this week now they're on the losing side of mid. Spence, who you got next week?
Give me the Lions. What do
next
you
week.
mean?
It's this week.
This week. 4
Yeah.
days. Give me
4
the
days.
Lions. I think they take it to the pack. Jordan Love sucks. You talk shit about Justin Fields. Jordan Love actually sucks. Like, he is not an NFL quarterback.
Justin Fields is better than Jordan
Oh,
Love.
by far. Lions are going to pick off Jordan Love twice. They win the game 31-17.
2 sacks for Hutch.
Yes.
2 sacks for Hutch. Do you think that
Yes.
to end the game gets him off the
Yes,
schneid?
I do. I said it to you guys right then and there. I feel it. That was it, man. Then he took the ball and he punted it into the
frustrated.
stands. It was great.
He was
That was a
frustrated.
great finish to it. I can't wait to go home and watch it again. I cannot wait.
Kool-Aid, who you got?
Hey, Lions 28-17.
28-17.
Let's go.
Sounds good.
I like it. Anson, who you got?
The Packers really played us well in the second half last time. I don't think that this is a game. I don't think that this is a game that you can just look past. It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a 26-23 last minute, another stressful game, but it's going to be a Lions victory. We're going to get that monkey off our back on Thanksgiving, and we're finally going to watch one of the Lions eat a turkey leg.
There we go.
The turducken, baby.
Jameer Gibbs is going to eat the turkey leg.
I think.
Ooh, who's your
Fox game too?
Who's your call for the MVP eating the turkey leg?
Jared Goff.
Jameis? No, mine is Jameer Gibbs.
Jared Goff.
Jameer
Gibbs and
Gibbs.
Hutch.
Jameer Gibbs.
Gibbs has 120 all-purpose, 2 touchdowns.
Gibbs. Maybe more, Spenny. Maybe more.
I think it's Hutchinson. I think Hutchinson gets home a bunch. Gets himself a little forced fumble recovery on a sack, and I mean, he's the guy they want to see on camera anyway.
Yeah.
Anson is Sam's dad, isn't he? God hates cowards, says Anson is Flannel's dad.
They sit around just hating the play I hate his ball.
12 games, 9 catches, bro. That's all you want from your guy. 12 games, 9 catches. 12 games,
You'll be
9 catches.
apologizing at the end of the
That's
year.
where your bar is.
I can't wait for the playoffs when you're saying, hey, you know what, guys, you're right.
No,
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Sam's not going to be able to sleep on Saturday night after OSU shits on Michigan.
Okay.
Sleep on that.
So this is Anson right here.
Mm-hmm.
He was rooting so bad for the Lions to fuck this game up.
I
And when
know.
they shoved that SOL,
Eat a dick, bro.
Now
You
he's
know
focused
that's
on
fucking
J-Mo.
wrong.
Now he's focused on J-Mo.
No, fuck you on that. You know that's not true.
That
Take
is
that
true.
shit back.
That is true.
We'll take it back.
Your head is shoved up your ass today.
Take it back. Take it back, Stick. You don't want them to go home upset. Take it back.
I take it back.
There you go.
That's okay. You can keep it.
To take it back. I'll take it back.
Anson.
So what have the Lions done
You're the
on
man.
nationally televised games this year?
They're undefeated.
And how have they looked?
Very
Damn good.
Damn good. What's Thanksgiving?
Nationally
Prime
televised.
time.
I think they're just going to show out, especially after this game. Like, one thing we're not talking about on this post-game show is the Lions left healthy.
Yeah.
That's something that
We hope, right? Jonah Jackson, I didn't know he got hurt last week. All of a sudden
I
he's
didn't
hurt.
see anybody getting carted off the field.
That's
There was
good.
hardly-
The no carts off is good.
But when they're playing 3 games in 11 days,
Yeah.
that's a major thing when that middle game is what it is.
How about the uncelebrated draft pick of Sorsdale?
Yes. He went right in there for Jonah Jackson
Absolutely,
today.
man.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
So I think
Which
the Lions,
tells me they probably won't re-sign Jonah Jackson.
Yeah. I'd rather re-sign Glasgow. He can do more. He can play center. You can move him around. He's more versatile.
Well,
And
he's already got. Don't he have a 2-3 year deal?
No, just
Or 1 year.
And
Okay.
he'll cost less.
He ain't going
I love
anywhere.
Jonah,
Yeah.
but Graham will cost less, and you can move him around.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They let Matt Nelson go last year. That's why they took Sorsdahl this year.
Yeah.
People are going to be pissed when we take an offensive lineman with our first pick in the draft next year.
Hey, if there's no Micah Parsons, do it.
Yeah.
More than welcome.
God, let's not. God, what? Maz.
I mean,
Panay
I'd take
Sewell
Micah
was the better
Parsons.
pick. Panay Sewell was the better pick.
Yes.
They're both great
Panay
picks.
Sewell was the better pick.
They're both great.
Jameson Williams, I would have taken him over Micah Parsons at 12 too.
Let it go.
Hey, I'm the one.
Lions are going to win 30-8.
All right, 30-8. I like
30
the 8.
8.
30-8. So I need a 0 and an 8.
You need a 0
on my
and an
boxes,
8
on
on
my
your
squares.
squares.
All
At
right.
what point are they going to go for 2? When they're down 30-0, or are they scoring the first touchdown?
Maybe a safety?
There's going to be two field goals and a safety.
Maybe an accidental safety.
An on-purpose safety.
On purpose safety.
Okay, I'll take that. I feel that. All right.
You guys have a great 4 days. We'll be back here on Thursday. Anson and I will hug it out because, that's what Thanksgiving is all about. It's
It
about
is.
having friends. Anson's a great friend of mine.
He is.
Sometimes horrible opinions, but you know what? It's okay.
It's fine.
We still love him.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him over there. Have a great one.
Bye, everybody.
Let's. Can we see Booner?
Yeah, where's the
Booner,
what's that Kool-Aid?
where's your video? You got his video?
Send me a video on Slack. Just send it to me in Slack.
Sorry for the win, Anson. It's in the chat.
Oh, boys.
Oh, Maz. We're still live, right? Mics are up.
I'm done.
Maz is
Last
done.
thing I want to do
go.
is be right about that.
I
shit,
got Sunday,
you know?
Sunday dinner's coming.
You don't have to worry about being right about that.
Oh no, I'm right about that. I'm talking about right about that SOL rearing its ugly head, but it sure didn't today, man.
Hey, Buffalo scored.
Did they kick a field goal?
Oh, they got looks like an interception. Let's see. Oh, no. They got the ball down. Yeah, Jets
I got to see this Kool-Aid.
Oh, we're not going to do it today. Detroit Lions are 12. 4 minutes
Wide
left.
open.
Guess
Cook.
what? Come back, Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs, and guess who else? 3 interceptions? Don't care. Jared Goff leads the team, and guess who's back, Jeff? Aiden Hutchinson. Welcome back. FTB! 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 Let's go, baby!
What was the girl yelling?
What was that?